Veteran soldier Song Xiao left the service after his best friend was shot and fell into a coma during a confrontation with a criminal named Han Bing. Song Xiao's wife was killed in a traffic accident, and now he is raising their daughter alone while refusing to give up his hope of finding Han Bing and taking revenge. But Han Bing finds him first, kidnaps his daughter, and forces Song Xiao to act before his enemy can make the next move. As China's online film industry entered a downturn, the pace of production slowed dramatically. To keep subscribers from noticing, streaming platforms lowered their acquisition standards, hoping the situation would eventually sort itself out. Instead, things only got worse. As a result, online platforms are now regularly flooded, not just with mediocre projects, but with outright garbage that, in a healthier market, would have been thrown straight into the trash. Times of Peril was literally pulled out of the wastebasket. Filming wrapped back in early 2018, but the material was apparently so weak that nobody wanted to release it. 7 years later, it finally surfaced on streaming services, though its 63-minute runtime says everything you need to know. This is not a complete film so much as the leftovers of one. It seems the producers never managed to finish everything they had planned, so they cut away the most glaring defects, squeezed their eyes shut, and dumped the resulting mess onto streaming platforms, hoping the star names on the poster would do the rest. To be fair, Times of Peril does feature a respectable cast. The lead role is played by the ever-reliable Louis Fan, his nemesis is portrayed by veteran action performer Billy Lee, and legendary actor and action choreographer Zhan-Wen, Jackie Wu's older brother, whose career dates back to the 1980s, appears in a small role as a crime boss. Unfortunately, none of them can do anything with the film's fragmented storytelling and idiotic screenplay, which is so riddled with plot holes and absurdities that parts of it feel like an accidental parody. Director, writer, and producer Liu Qing-Song contributes heavily to that impression, repeatedly using blatantly artificial snowfall in the middle of summer, just because he likes how it looks on camera, while turning dramatic scenes into pure cringe. Judging by the timing, Times of Peril was likely greenlit in the wake of the massive box office success of Wolf Warrior 2, the biggest Chinese blockbuster of 2017. While this film doesn't remotely resemble Wolf Warrior 2 in terms of budget, its creators at least tried to deliver some action. It would be a stretch to call the result spectacular, or even expensive looking, but the movie does contain a handful of passable shootouts and fight scenes. Unfortunately, even those are buried beneath mountains of outright junk footage, including scenes where characters casually sprint through overwhelming gunfire without a scratch. And that's before we even get to the botched editing transitions and the safety mats that were never removed in post-production. This is a film nobody ever seriously tried to salvage or rescue. They merely put some makeup on it and powdered it up like a corpse before a funeral. And honestly, that's probably what should have happened to Times of Peril in the first place. Offer the filmmakers your condolences and send it on its final journey into the crematorium.